It was another exciting Thursday night football matchup, this time in the NFC East. The Washington football team victorious over the New York Giants, but it was a crazy game. We're going to break down that game, give our week 2 picks, and preview a special game between myself, Chris Carter of the Locked On Steelers podcast, and your boy Q of the Locked On Raiders podcast, because our teams play each other this week. We're going to have a fun episode on the Friday edition of the Locked On NFL podcast right here. Stay tuned.
You are Locked On NFL, your daily NFL podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And welcome to the Locked On NFL podcast. It's the Friday edition with Chris Carter and your boy Q, locking it down for yet another episode to finish out the week. Q, we had another exciting Thursday night football game. I know in recent history, people have become kind of miffed with Thursday night football because they've had bad matchups. And this looked like it would be going into it, right? The Giants struggled against the Broncos. Washington wasn't exactly great against the Chargers. But this turned into a really exciting football game that literally came down to the last few seconds.
Yeah, when it's a divisional game, usually it should be a good game. You know what I mean? And regardless, they don't necessarily have to be great teams on paper. And Washington 0-1 on the season. And, of course, the Giants, they were 0-1 on the season. Something had to give. Someone had to win the game. But I just love football, so a Thursday night game is great for me. I know it's close to the weekend and getting me prepared for the college football slate on Saturday and then, of course, the NFL on Sunday. But, I mean, Thursday night's game was great, man. It was a lot of fun. It was entertaining. You saw some players that you really didn't know a whole lot about step up and show out a little something. And, the Washington football team, I almost called them the old school mascot name. I'm not going to do that. The Washington football team comes away with the victory on a last-second field goal after the G-men give them another attempt because they have a
freebie.
Yeah, I mean, when you give a team an extra opportunity to win, usually it happens. So I thought it was an exciting game, and it was a fun way to kick off week 2 of the NFL season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Joe Judge still has the Giants running laps right now as we're recording this. Like, I'm sorry. Those reports of, I know some of those reports have been bogus and just been made up, but the reports that have been true, it's been like, man, like that's not the way how to get a professional athlete to respond to a situation. But Washington,
don't jump off sides. Show some discipline, dummy.
That is true. Don't jump off sides. But Washington had several players come through for them other than the field goal. Taylor Heineke coming in, starting for them, completed 34 of 46 passes. Means he only had 12 incomplete passes on the night. He had 336 yards to the air, 2 touchdowns, only 1 interception. That's a very solid night for a quarterback adjusting to an offense that he still isn't 100% sure out. The running game was okay, 13 for 69 yards for Antonio Gibson. But that was really about it. Other than that, people really didn't, become effective there. I just want to get your sense, Q, the way that Washington won this game. Is this something sustainable that can get them back to the playoffs? Because to me, it's exciting to see defense play well. It's exciting to see young quarterbacks step in there and make some plays. But for me, I've seen so many times when people think like, oh, we've got the formula to do some serious damage here, but you don't got the quarterback. And then, and again, you don't need a superstar. You don't need Patrick Mahomes. But if you don't have a veteran quarterback who knows how to win in those situations, that's where I see the tough part coming for a lot of people moving forward.
Well, I'll say this about the Washington football team, who they were in the playoffs a year ago as they won the NFC least. That division was terrible. They didn't even have a winning record, and they still made the playoffs. I'll say this, that defense that they have is good enough to win the division. I mean, I think with Dallas and the way that they're struggling with their offensive line and their injuries, and now they got some guys on the defensive line with injuries like DeMarcus Lawrence, you get those kind of guys injured and banged up. I can see Washington beating Dallas, and then what? They already beat the Giants,
right?
And I don't have a lot. I mean, the Eagles, they got the win. I'd like to see this week to see if they can sustain that, and if Jalen Hurts plays as well as he did week 1. But I can see Washington and Heineke. I like him. I'll tell you right now, as Ryan Fitzpatrick is trying to rehab, and I say that in air quotes, trying to rehab his hip. I don't think he plays another snap this season. I think Heineke is
no.
his job now. You have a young guy like him go into the game and throw the rock around the yard 46 times. I mean, that shows that the team has a lot of confidence in him. The players around him has a lot of confidence in him. Scary Terry McLaurin said, hey, that guy's a baller. That goes a long way right there. I mean, I think that he's just won that job, and sometimes that's how it is. Opportunity knocks. Who's going to answer the door? And you got to give Heineke a lot of credit because he did that on Thursday night.
He certainly did. It was a divisional opponent, a big win for Washington in general as they're trying to get, just things back to normal. But man, I'm intrigued to see who can come out of the NFC East this year. If Washington can be that team, and finish out. But I really like the Eagles, the way that they looked in week 1. I'm intrigued how they play against the 49ers. The Cowboys also looked good in week 1, even though they lost to Tampa Bay. We'll see how they rebound this week. There's a lot of intrigue with this division. We're going to keep you updated about that right here on the Locked On NFL podcast. We've got more matchups to discuss, so we'll get to that shortly. But first, I wanted to talk to you all about Built Bar. If you want a healthy treat that tastes like a candy bar, Built Bar is the protein bar for you. It's the official protein bar for the U.S. track and field team, and it comes in so many different flavors. Whether you want a free snack like raspberry, strawberry, or orange, or something different like salted caramel, cookies and cream, or Rocky Road, or my personal favorite, double chocolate, Built Bar has so many flavors to enjoy. And the best part, they're all healthy. They range from 130 to 180 calories. They pack 17 to 18 grams of protein, but only 4 to 5 grams of sugar and only 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. That's a tasty and healthy snack that'll save you from eating that snack you'll regret later and helps anyone stay on task with a diet. Order today and get your favorite flavor delivered right to your door by going to Built.com. Again, that's Built.com, and use the promo code LOCKED15. That's LOCKED15, all capital letters, all one word, and you'll get 50% off your next order. Again, that's promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. Back here on the Friday edition of the Locked On NFL podcast. I'm Chris Carter. He's your boy Q. It's time to make our picks. All right. First and foremost, Q, we both had Washington winning that game, right?
Yep.
All right. So we on the same page. I know that there's probably going to be a Giants fan that says that we disrespected them or something.
No, that's Bengal fans. Bengal fans were angry at us after week 1. Bengal fans were angry at us. And I'll say this. I'll come on the record and say this because I said on Twitter that I would do this on Sunday. I was shocked. I know I said I didn't think that Cincinnati had anything. I thought that Minnesota was going to give them the business. I thought Mike Zimmer's defense was going to show up. But all the Cincinnati Bengal fans out there, I want you to hear me now. You showed up. You showed out. Now, it was close at the end. It went into overtime, and it shouldn't have. But you still found a way to get a dub. So I'll shout out to all the Bengal fans that hit me up. Respect to you. Big victory over the Vikings. Now, let me see you do it another week. And hey, like I said, I'll give you the props for the victory. So shout out to all the Bengal fans that hit us up. And plenty of us hit us up on Twitter at Carter Critiques. And, of course, at your boy Q254.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, Q. We had people being like trying to remind us, like, yeah, you said they were stinging. And here's the thing. It's like, listen, as much as I get you sticking up for your team, the Bengals have literally picked 4th and 1st overall in the last 2 drafts. Like, it's not that far of a stretch to see that it's going to happen again. If it doesn't, great, but they're the Bengals. We've seen this time and time again. But hey,
I'll say this. I like what they did. I was poo-pooing on the Jamar Chase pick because I thought they should have grabbed the offensive lineman. I think they should protect their quarterback. But to their credit, through week 1, it worked. And Jamar Chase showed up. He showed out. He had a hell of a game. And if it works and they keep him protected, they keep Joe Burrow protected, great. Then they're onto something. I just would like to see it consistently. That's it.
That consistency is a major concern. We'll get to those in just a couple seconds. All right, let's start with the picks. Okay, AFC East showdown. Patriots at Jets, both 0-1. I'm going with the Patriots because I'm sorry, I just can't bet. I can never pick the Jets.
No, I like Robert Saleh as a head coach. I think that he's going to get that team together and get them going in the right direction. It's just not going to be this year. They're going to have to be patient with them. So I'm going with Bill Belichick and the Patriots in this one as well.
This next matchup is one that I am considering for for a Survivor League. Broncos at Jaguars. Broncos looked really good in shutting down the Giants. They have a defense that's full of talent, but Jacksonville did get beat by the Texans last week. They're looking to rebound. I'm sorry, I don't think that rebound happens anytime soon. It's going to be Broncos all the way.
Yeah, I don't believe in Urban Meyer as a Jaguars head coach. I like what Trevor Lawrence is going to do there in Jacksonville. I think he's a good quarterback, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Urban Meyer a couple of weeks in start leaning towards USC and that job back in college. I don't think he knew what he was getting himself into when he took that job in the NFL. So I got the Broncos winning, but I will say this: they're winning on the strength of their defense, not because of their offense.
Certainly. Another AFC East showdown: Bills at Dolphins. Both.
Ooh.
The Bills 0-1, Dolphins 1-0 after beating the Patriots. Do the Dolphins assert themselves in this game, or is there a trick here with the Bills storming back to take control and say, "Hey, we're still one of the best AFC teams"?
Yeah, it's no doubt, dog. It's no doubt. Buffalo's going to pick up a victory. I like the Dolphins' defense. I really do. I like Brian Flores a lot. I like Jalen Waddle. I think that he's special. Tua, at least he's got a weapon that he's familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Buffalo gets that stink off their lip from that loss to the Steelers, which was a big victory for Pittsburgh over Buffalo in Buffalo. And I think they head to Miami. They go to South Beach and they pick up a dub.
I hear that. So far, we've picked all the same teams. Let's see if it changes here. We got the Niners at the Eagles. The Niners were my Survivor team last week. They survived, but they made it really close. So that's a little scary. But man,
come on, make a pick.
I'm having a hard time.
How about that? How about I lead you in the right direction? I'm going with San Francisco.
Then I'm going against you because I don't believe in you, Q. I'm going with the Eagles.
Well, there you go. At least I made you go ahead and make a pick, man.
Victory. That's where
we're on a time limit here, damn it.
Look at you dropping curse words. Now I gotta hit up YouTube and tell them.
I said, damn it.
Is that a curse word? Now you cussed twice. Thank you, Q. Now I gotta go through and tell YouTube, hey, we did the minor curse. Thank you, Q. This is us. I'm not gonna edit this from the film. We are totally gonna have this be.
Well, seriously, damn, it's in the Bible.
Yes, and who cares if it's in the Bible? It's in the Bible that you beat people with sticks if they drink the wrong wine or something like that. You don't go around and beat people with sticks.
Damn it all the time.
No, stop saying it. YouTube's gonna tag us. Look at you.
Hey, what?
I gotta go through things and make sure that we're not cussing. Come on, man. I can't keep doing this. Please stop saying that word.
All right, I won't say it no more, damn it.
This is amazing. This is why our picks are awesome. All right. So you got the Niners, I got the Eagles. Finally, we're split. We have something to talk about there. Rams at Colts. I'm taking the Rams, no question, after the way the Colts played last week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm going with the Rams. And the only reason I'm going with the Rams in this, I got respect for that defense. I still don't believe in Matt Stafford, but I really don't believe in the Colts. I have no respect for them. So Indianapolis fans are going to hit me up all weekend long and tell me how disrespectful I am. And I might have to apologize to them like I had to apologize to Bengal fans. And I'm okay to do that. So I'm going to roll with the Rams.
How dare you disrespect? That was the best thing. And hey, we love anyone who hits us up to let us know that we were wrong with our pick.
Yeah.
It's fun. We don't hate
great.
you. But the Bengals fan who told me, and shout out to you because I appreciate your passion, but there was a Bengals fan who said, how dare you pick us to be a top pick in the draft? And I'm like, buddy, y'all were the 4th pick last year and the 1st pick the year before that. I'm sorry, but that's consistency right there. And with the Colts, it's it's no disrespect, but you don't look good yet. You got a new quarterback. Yes, the Rams got a new quarterback too, but it seems like they're more built around him. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to skip the Raiders-Steelers game. We're saving that for the 3rd segment here. But we got Bengals at Bears. Bengals 1-0, Bears 0-1. Do the Bengals start 2-0, Q? I say no. I'm going with the Bears. They're at home. They have a defense. This is the Andy Dalton revenge game. We had the Sam Darnold revenge game last week.
Yeah.
Beat the Jets. This is the Andy Dalton revenge game. He's going to show up and show the Bengals you made a mistake by ever letting me go, even though you got Joe Burrow.
This game is very intriguing to me. I want to watch it. Like, I want to sit on my couch and watch it because I'm interested because so many Bengal fans hit us up a week ago. And I want to see if Justin Fields gets into the game early because Andy Dalton is Andy Dalton. But we will be in the press box at Heinz Field, so I'm sure I won't be able to kind of really pay attention that much. But I will say I'm intrigued by this game. With that being said, I think Chicago gets the dub. And that's not a disrespect to the Bengals. I think it'll be close. Because, their defense played pretty well last year. If Zach Taylor can get out of his own, or not last year, but last week, if Zach Taylor can get out of his own way and don't, get conservative and make them go to overtime, they can keep this game close and they might just win it. But I'm going to roll with the Bears just because it's in Chicago.
Yeah, same here. I just have a hard time. Like, the Bengals did a good job upsetting the Vikings last week, but I see the Bears as a better team than the Vikings this year. But moving forward, this should be an easy win. Browns 0-1 hosting the 1-0 Texans. Q, you picked the Texans last week over the Jaguars.
Yep.
I thought you were crazy, but you were right.
Yep.
And but I double dog dare you. Do you dare pick the Texans for a second week in a row?
I'll take your double dog dare and I'll give you a big hell no. I got Cleveland in this one, baby boy.
I'm with you. I'm going with the Browns. I'm sorry. Tyrod Taylor, great week one.
Yeah,
turning into a pumpkin in this game. It's gonna be rough sledding. The Browns are gonna run all over the Texans.
Exactly.
So this should be an easy one. NFC South showdown. Saints at Cardinals. Carolina Panthers. There's a CAR there. They don't need to do that to me. But the Saints at the Panthers. They're both 1-0. I'm sorry. The way the Saints whooped up on the Packers, I gotta go with them. I know the Panthers, rolled up a W last week, but something tells me that defense got something in store for. I know you're a Matt Rule guy.
I am.
Is this a game that he overcomes with his immaculate coaching?
You know what? Keep pounding. I'm rolling with the fighting Matt Rules in this one.
Oh, he's going with Matt Rule and the Panthers.
I think the defense picks off Jameis Winston a couple times. I know he's got a bunch of touchdown passes under his belt. Now he needs to catch up with interceptions. So I think the Panthers come away with a big victory, and the fighting Matt Rules move to 2-0 on the season. Shout out to Carolina. Keep pounding, baby.
Saints fans, he's disrespecting you.
Yes.
Now, tweet at him the way that the Bengals fan tweeted at both of us, because I picked Q254. At your boy Q254.
Yep.
Make sure that you throw that in there. All right, let's keep moving on. This is a no-brainer for me. The way the Vikings lost last week was embarrassing. The way that the Cardinals beat up on the Titans last week was embarrassing. I'm gonna go with the team that beat up on somebody last week. The Cardinals should take the Vikings easily at home.
Yeah, I think Kirk Cousins is a little nervous right now. Chandler Jones coming off a 5-sack performance against Tennessee. He's licking his chops. He's looking for a contract and a trade at the same damn time. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say damn. My bad. So he's looking for a contract.
That's 8. And it's 9 now because you said it again as you apologized.
My bad. I won't say damn no more. I promise. But I think Chandler Jones does the damn thing, and he gets another couple sacks and gets after Kirk Cousins, and they come away with another victory.
Stop saying that word.
My bad. And then Mike Zimmer is on the hot seat after an 0-2 start with the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm just making sure you didn't say it again.
I didn't.
Good job.
It was an accident.
It's a good thing. Oh my goodness. All right. Another easy pick. This is my survivor pick of the week. Buccaneers hosting the Falcons. There's no way, unless there's a whole bunch of injuries in this game and some crazy stuff happens, there's no way. The way that the Falcons played the Eagles last week, I thought that would be a shootout. I thought the Eagles and the Falcons both would put up a lot of points. I picked the Eagles though to win. They did win, and then but they're playing the Falcons lost that game. Their offense didn't look good. They didn't put up the points they had to do. Now they face the Buccaneers with Levante David, with Devin White, with Shaquille Barrett, with JPP. Like they got too much on their side. This is gonna be a blowout. This is my survivor lock of the week. If you play survivor pools, this is where I would pick the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need any explanation. I don't need any reason why. Atlanta stunk week 1. And Tom Brady is Tom Brady, and the Buccaneers are the Buccaneers. So I'm going with Tampa Bay. No explanation needed.
I'm glad you actually said Buccaneers. I thought you were about to slip up and say another cuss word there.
I would never do that. I don't cuss.
Okay. All right. Titans at Seahawks. Titans embarrassed last week by the Cardinals. Yep. Seahawks, a solid 1-0 win over another AFC South team. I think they repeat this week. They're going 2-0. I think the Titans got a lot of cleaning up to do while danger. Russ Wilson, he's got Sierra dressing up at the Met Gala in his like jersey as a dress with the Super Bowl ring. I'm sorry, when Sierra's dressing up like that, he's not going to lose.
Hey, look, man, she should be dressing up like that. He saved her life, man. He saved her life.
From future.
He saved her career. He saved everything, man. It's like, no mistake about it. Sierra's not just a hit machine or something. I mean, you know what I mean? She had a couple songs. She dropped them goodies and called it a day. I mean, it was what it was.
That's that jam, man. That's that one song we like, yeah.
That was the jam. That was the jam. So she should be rocking his jersey at the gala, man. But Seahawks are going to give the Titans the business. They're going to, beat the brakes off them. And the Titans, their biggest problem is their OC, Todd Downing. Nobody's ever heard of him because he's not very good. Todd Downing needs to go. If they want to clean up a mess, that's where they need to start.
Dang, what did Todd Downing do to you? I've never heard you take a shot at an offensive coordinator like that who was just in the second game of the season. My goodness.
He was the former Raiders offensive coordinator back in 2017.
Okay, that explains it. I was like, there had to be some personal stuff there. That wasn't just Q just coming off the cuff right there. All right.
No, he was terrible.
We got some stuff there. Okay. Cowboys at Chargers.
Ooh, this is a good one.
This is a very good one. The Cowboys 0-1. The Chargers 1-0, but the Cowboys were just a little short of upsetting the Buccaneers on the Thursday night over. They've had a longer break, of course, coming off that Thursday night game to get ready for this game. I'm going with the Cowboys. I think Dak's got something for him. I think that they're going to have enough problems for the Chargers to handle. I don't think the Chargers are finding enough answers in this game. I'm going the Cowboys. Who you got?
Well, how about DeMarcus Lawrence? Out. How about Lyle Collins? Suspended. How about Michael Gallup? Out. How about Randy Gregory? COVID. I mean, that's 4 big-time missing players for the Dallas Cowboys team. I think they dropped to 0-2, even though Dak Prescott puts on a show, puts up a bunch of yards.
I trust, Q.
I'm saying, I think all those guys that I just mentioned that aren't going to be playing on Sunday are going to be a major factor. So I'm rolling with the Chargers, even though I'd like to see the Cowboys, even up their record and get Dak Prescott headed towards that comeback player of the year award, because I think he's in the driver's seat for it. But you got to win some games.
Sunday Night Football. This has been a classic the last few years. Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. The Chiefs are on the road against the Ravens. I almost called them the Raiders. Oh, Jesus.
Can't get the Raiders out your mind, man. You love the Raiders so much. They live
they're
in your
team
house.
I've been previewing all week. I had to ask questions about Max Crosby to Ben Roethlisberger. I had to ask questions about Derek Carr and Darren Waller, all at Steelers camp.
They live rent-free in your home and your head.
It's literally just because I cover the team that's about to play them, and I've been previewing them this week for the work that I do. You know what? I'm not even going to address.
You've always wanted to be a Raider, man. You got Raider tendencies. You always wanted to be a Raider.
How have I wanted to be that? To what? Be a Rich Gannon fan and lose in the Super Bowl? Yes, great times.
Hey,
awesome.
Man, Bruce Gradkowski beat that tail not too long ago in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I remember Big Ben. Ben goes to Oakland and gets knocked out and can't even figure out what the X-ray machine looks like.
X-ray machine doesn't work. That's not a Go Raiders. Your guys' stadium was that bad.
I mean, it is what it is.
Anyways,
just saying.
We haven't even got started. We still got 2 more games to talk about. Do you think there's any way the Ravens take the Chiefs? No. The Chiefs are
I do. It's in Baltimore. They're coming off a tough loss on Monday night against the Raiders. Took to overtime. I think it's a close game. You're just a Pittsburgh hater, man. You're not trying to give Lamar Jackson no props at all.
Whoa. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a big Lamar Jackson guy. I've said for years, like when Steelers fans are like, oh, he's a running back. I'm like, no, get that out of here. This guy was the NFL MVP when he threw 36 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in a single season while running for more touchdowns. I have the utmost respect for Lamar
I
Jackson.
was going to pick Kansas City to win this game, but because of your blatant disrespect and your orange shirt that you're wearing, I'm going to go with Baltimore in this game.
Red. You're just mad because
that shirt is orange.
You totally
your shirt is orange.
Your red shirt after I picked my red shirt. Listen.
My red shirt is Tiger Woods red. Your shirt is orange.
Tiger Woods red. First of
all, you look like you're wearing a damn pumpkin.
Why are you going cuss again?
Oh, my bad.
Once again, YouTube is about to ping me, and it's going to be all your fault. You like 11 times, all the Q over there on that other side of the screen.
My bad.
But in all seriousness, this is red. He's just mad because he put on red after me, and he can't claim. Let's just say, again, this is why we know he's full of it when he says Raider Nation and Steeler Nation isn't a thing, and all that. He doesn't even know what colors are, so we just give him a break. We're just going to let him believe.
Your shirt is orange. It's clearly orange.
Whatever.
Anyone watching on YouTube knows that is orange as a pumpkin.
This is red.
You look like a light-skinned Reese's.
Did you just call me a light-skinned Reese's?
Yeah, like they have dark chocolate Reese's, and then they have the light-skinned Reese's. That's what you look like.
So you're dark chocolate Reese's? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm sexy, man. I'm good looking.
My goodness. This is what are we even doing? Well, let's get to these picks. You picked the Chiefs, I picked the Chiefs, right?
I picked Baltimore.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't try to change my pick.
I'm sorry, I forgot as you call me the light-skinned Reese's Pieces. Like this guy. I have to work with this guy every week. Oh my goodness. And I did a crossover episode with you. This is ridiculous. All right. Monday Night Football, and then we come back in the third segment and talk about Steelers-Raiders so we can finally get that matchup out of the way. I'm sorry. I know the Lions actually played the Niners well, and the Packers just let it. They just looked stupid against the Saints. I'm sorry. The Lions are forever cursed against the Packers. They're in Lambeau. There's no way the Packers lose this game.
No, I actually got to agree with you there. Packers are going to give the Lions the business. The only reason the Lions got back into that game against San Francisco is because San Francisco allowed them to get back into the game. They just got cocky, and I don't know what their deal was, but the Lions had no business even being close in that game. I'm not believing in the guys that are biting the kneecaps off. I mentioned that last week, and I'm going to stick with it this week. They're going to take another L. They're going to move to 0-2, and the Packers are going to even things up at 1 and tell everyone to RELAX.
Good old Aaron Rodgers. He's going to settle everything down. Right? We're going to get to the Steelers-Raiders game. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for that one. But first, we got to tell you guys about Bet Online. It's that time of the year again, and all eyes are now turned to football as teams are back on the gridiron to start the football season. As always, Bet Online is your number one spot for all the pro and college football action this season. Get all the updated odds, props, and contests, including the $500,000 NFL Mega Contest and the $200,000 NFL Survivor Contest. Open now at Bet Online. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 100% welcome bonus. Be sure to check out any of the promos that they got going on. Sometimes they can leave some promos that let you win some big money. Sometimes it'll give you some security and refund your wager up to $25. Just check on all the different promos that are available and the details given to you in the Bet Online website. Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports, from football to basketball to boxing, right down to horse racing. Don't wait to take advantage of all the great offers available for the 2021 season at Bet Online, your online sportsbook experts. Wrapping things up here on the Locked On NFL podcast. I'm Chris Carter. He's your boy Q. Remember to subscribe to this show on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Odyssey, and YouTube. Subscribe to the Locked On NFL YouTube channel. Drop us some likes on the video. Drop us, just leave us some 5-star reviews on Apple. All that stuff helps us out. Q, the moment has arrived. Ever since they dropped the schedule and I knew that we were doing Locked On NFL together, I was like, I cannot wait for Steelers Raiders week 2. It's the first home game with fans in full attendance at Heinz Field. Steeler Nation will be packing the house.
No such thing.
The house. You will feel.
You gotta imagine. So you're having imaginary people gonna pack the house.
All right. When you see them terrible pals
or whatever
whirling, they're gonna be losing their minds. You're gonna be sitting there in that press box, and I'm gonna look at you, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, what have I done?" You can't come up into Heinz Field and think that Steeler Nation is going to be underrepresented. First of all, it's going to be told. You're going to when you see Steeler Nation just upon you're
It doesn't
going to be
exist.
in a lot of trouble, buddy. Now, here's the
Doesn't
thing.
exist.
Here's the thing. Okay, you can keep saying that, but it's true. Steeler Nation. I look up Steeler
Doesn't
Nation. There's a
exist.
whole company. There's Steeler Nation.
Every
Now,
time you
you're
cuss
going
at
to see
me,
Steeler Nation signs
doesn't exist.
literally plastered to Heinz Field. Like it's
I don't care if it's plastered to the back of your head. It doesn't matter. It don't exist.
Where's Raider Nation? I don't know where that is.
Worldwide, baby.
Where is it? Where is it? Is there a company? Is there a fan group that's official and like actually like supported by the team, or is this just something that some fans made up and just hashtag on Twitter occasionally? No, there's actually verified fan.
There's a radio station that's dedicated to Raider Nation. It's called Raider Nation Radio 920.
Yeah, there's Steeler Nation Radio. It was actually founded before Raider Nation. So haha, you copied the Steeler Nation Radio.
Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yeah, right. And you imitated Steeler Nation Radio, which came before Raider Nation Radio. So thank you for confirming that. Anyways, we should actually get to the matchup here before we actually
stop talking your yin yang and get to the game, man.
Let's get to well, you're the one that keeps holding me up. I keep trying to move on and just explain the facts.
Look, I've been carrying you on my back for months, man. My back's getting tired, man.
Okay. Your back's getting tired. All right. Let's get to this, though. This is a game where two defensive fronts terrorized their week one opponents. Max Crosby and the Raiders got after Lamar Jackson, forced 2 fumbles in that game. TJ Watt and the Steelers went after Josh Allen, forced a fumble, had a bunch of sacks there. To me, I think this game comes down to whose defensive line is better than the offensive line, more so than the other team's defensive line is better than the other offensive line.
Right.
So if the margin of victory between each team's defensive line versus the other team's offensive line, I think that's the determining factor here. Who gets the most pressure? Who stops the run the best? Everything else, the coverage, Darren Waller, Chase Claypool, all those other factors will come after who wins in the trenches in this game. That's what I have it coming down to. Do you agree, or do you think there's some other things that I'm missing out on here?
No, it's no doubt about it, man. This game is won and lost in the trenches. You know, whoever wins this game is going to have a better day offensively and defensively right there in the front. You know, offensive line, defensive line. The Steelers, you know, I've been saying, and as I did the Locked On Raiders podcast, I said one of the keys to the game is don't get caught in 3rd and long. Yeah. You get caught in 2nd and long, 3rd and long. You let TJ Watt and Cam Hayward kind of pin their ears back and get after the quarterback with a young offensive line, Andre James at the center position, Alex Leatherwood, a rookie at the right guard or right tackle, excuse me. You got a right guard that's filling in for your original right guard who's out with a torn ACL. Richie Incognito might not be there at the left guard position. So John Simpson, a second-year guy, is going to be there. I mean, you've got a lot of question marks as far as that O-line goes. So if you get into 2nd and long, 3rd and long, you're going to get a healthy dose of TJ Watt coming at you full throttle. You're going to get Cam Hayward coming at you full throttle. And look, Cam Hayward's not Aaron Donald, but he's pretty damn close. You know what I mean? He's got some Aaron Donald type skills. I'll give him that respect. I do that.
He actually said on Thursday he feels like he's the best defensive lineman in the league. And it's really funny because he said this at the Steelers facility, which they share with the University of Pittsburgh's football program. And right behind him is the sign that says the Aaron Donald weight room. And it was just like we all just kind of looked at that sign and looked back at Cam and we said, yeah, okay, we believe you. But here's the thing. Cam Hayward is a guy who, like, literally, I played Little League baseball with here in Pittsburgh. Like, this is a guy who's
difference is that you never left Little League and he's in the NFL now.
I'll explain. The difference was when we played Little League, he was actually good at it. I played Little League to eat the donuts and drink the Sunny Delight in the concession stands after the games. He was like hitting home runs at 5 years old. And I was just like, yeah, there's butterflies out here, guys. This is awesome. Like that's the difference between us. That's why I talk about sports, and he's a millionaire making money off of sports and being one of the best defensive linemen in football. But he's also a phenomenal person. I will say that I've met Cam Hayward several times since he's been a professional superstar defensive tackle in the NFL. He's one of the most humble human beings on top of being one of the most confident human beings. And it's an impossible balance that he's achieved in his career. But it's phenomenal to watch him work. Him and TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith and Melvin Ingram. That's going to be a tough group to match up with. I think the Raiders got a tough group too, but I'm picking the Steelers because I see that group getting after Derek Carr better than the way the Raiders will get after Ben Roethlisberger. I think it'll be a close game. I mean, Steelers Raiders is always weird, man. Like we talked about this on the crossover episode Thursday for both of us. Steelers Raiders is always weird. The Raiders have actually won 3 of the last 4, but each time, even when the Steelers won the one game, it's been weird circumstances that have been like, huh? How did that happen? That have led to victory for either side. But I see that pressure being the major factor in this game. When the Raiders need to take to the air, and I think they will at some point, that's going to put Derek Carr in a tough spot, and I think the Steelers pass rush wins out. But what say you?
I mean, I believe everything that you're saying. I do. I think that everything that you said is valid, which is really rare for me to agree with a lot of the things you say because, I mean, it's just you, and, well, we all know what I think. But, I mean, the
what
Steelers.
Do you think? What do you think?
I think they got a quality defense. I think their defense is outstanding, and I think that the fans in the stands are going to be a factor as well because you are playing in Heinz Field. So as much as I know Raider Nation travels well, I know there's going to be a lot of Steelers fans there. So there's no such thing as a nation, but I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit.
Does Raider Nation have a song? Does Raider Nation have a song?
Yes. Multiple songs. Matter of fact, Too Short and Ice Cube just did one.
No.
Another one.
Like when you play it in the stadium, the entire stadium shuts it down, and the other team just crumbles in fear. Is there a song?
Who's doing the Pittsburgh Steelers song?
It's Styx. It's Renegade. If you ever heard,
yeah. You're right.
Terrell Suggs has admitted, I wish that our offenses just punted instead of trying to play against the Steelers defense after they played that song because of how amped up the stadium gets. Because he said, and this is Terrell Suggs' word, Steeler Nation is you don't care about him, but you better listen to him because he talked about Steeler Nation. The Steelers talk about Cam Hayward.
He don't know nothing. He don't know no better.
Kim Hayward also said there ain't no Raiders fans coming up in here and taking over Heinz Field. It's Steeler Nation all day. So listen,
what does he know?
It sounds like you're leaning to picking the Steelers here and backing out on your Raiders, man. I totally get it, though, because, Steeler Nation, they are a major factor in this game.
They're not. I was going to give them props for being loud and being a good fan base. I'll give them that. They're Steeler fans. That's great. But I'm going to say that the Raiders are going to get the dub by 3.
Okay. All right.
I say 3 points is going to get it. And I think the only reason I say that is because they played a very strong defense in Baltimore the week before, and they put up 33 points. I think that they could find a way to get off to a better start offensively and get the dub. I think they're going to go to Heinz Field and pick up a 3-point victory. I think Max Crosby is going to have a good time chasing Big Ben around because Big Ben's not going to run like Lamar Jackson. So I think the Raiders are going to say,
he certainly will not.
I think they'll welcome that, but he's pinpoint accurate. He's got the command of the offense. I mean, the dude's a stud. And, if the Steelers win the game by 7 to 10 points, would I be shocked? No. But if the Raiders win it by 3, would I be shocked? Nope, not at all. So I'm going to ride with the Raiders by 3 because you're you. So I'm definitely not going to side with you. But, I'm going to ride for the Raiders. I'm going to ride for the silver and black because that's how I get down.
All right. That's fair. We don't got to agree on stuff all the time. I know you followed my picks for most of those, and then occasionally you broke away just because you had to make it obvious. Like, you're that guy that, like, you're cheating and you look on someone else's sheet and then you rather color.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
See? At least you admit it. At least you admit that you're cheating and you're copying off of me. That's all you did right there. Thank you.
Eventually you got to break out from daddy's wing, man. You got to be, you got to go out on your own. You got to get away from daddy's shoulder. So go ahead and, I'm going to let you go ahead and get away from the crib.
You're breaking out from my wing? Yeah, because that's what you just admitted to there. You said you were copying me. You said you were cheating. And then you said you were breaking out.
I'm older than you.
That doesn't mean anything. I'm better than you. That's what that means.
That's fine, but you can't be daddy if you're younger than me. It doesn't work. That's impossible. That's about as impossible as that claim that you're having on that team's name. That doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist. And he said, "Listen, man. I saw Ben Roethlisberger beat up, make a lot of older quarterbacks call him daddy over the years. So I don't think
he also made. Well, I'm not even going to go there.
Whoa, sir! Whoa! Don't you dare go there.
I left it alone. Okay, let's do this. What's the final score in your opinion?
27-24 Steelers. It could be the opposite way easily for the Raiders.
Okay, I'll say it's going to be. You said 27-24.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll with 33-30.
That's a very Steelers Raiders score.
Right.
That is and both teams in that situation will score defensive touchdowns.
Right.
Like that's how that rolls out. But there are our predictions here in the Locked On NFL podcast. Steelers Raiders. Q will be joining me in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field. It's gonna be a great time. I'm gonna show him Steelers Nation in full effect.
Well, clearly I'm not going to see anything then.
You got to come out with me on the rotunda when they start introducing the players, and we're just gonna be on camera together. I'm gonna bring my phone. We're gonna film it. I'm gonna just look at you as you look at the Steelers fans and just be like, yeah, say that doesn't exist, buddy. There you go.
So what you're saying is you want to put me on your camera on your phone. You want to film me on your phone. That's kind of weird.
Publish it to the world and show
weird,
that you see Steelers Nation.
That's kind of weird. I know I'm good looking, but that's kind of weird.
Oh gosh, we're like way over time now because you keep dragging out this show because I have to drag you. So I will drag us to the end here and say thanks for listening to the Locked On NFL podcast. Please do not mind your boy Q254 over there as he continues to be ridiculous with himself and the Raiders. But in all seriousness, we are boys. We'll be hanging out, getting dinner and drinks Saturday night before the game. I got to cover Pitt, but I'm looking forward to finally meet my man in person and not over a screen here as we record. But Q, thanks so much for being on the show. Let people know they can find you, follow you, and get more of your work.
Yeah, on Twitter. That's where you can find me, man. At your boy Q254, still repping that Texas area code 254, even though I'm in Las Vegas. At your boy Q254, and you'll never see me wearing an orange shirt like Chris Carter, who you can find on Twitter as well. And what's your Twitter handle?
Just like yours. In fact, wait. Let me do like this. Turn off. You see, it's even darker now, and now it's red. You see the red.
No, it's orange.
It's definitely red.
That's orange. You look like a light-skinned Reese's.
Light-skinned Reese's. I can't with you over here. I'm gonna turn this back on so I have some actual lighting. Anyways, I'm Chris Carter, the host of the Locked On Steelers podcast. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Carter Critiques. You can listen to the Locked On Steelers podcast just like you can listen to the Locked On Raiders podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Odyssey. You can also listen to Locked On Steelers on YouTube just like you listen to the Locked On NFL podcast. Please download all the shows. Rate us all 5 stars. It really helps out all of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thanks again for listening. We'll be back in your ears next Friday. I'm sure this won't come up at all when we talk next week as we get you ready for week 3 games. We will totally be moved on from Steelers versus Raiders and not at all bring up Steelers Nation and Raiders.
No such thing.
Thanks again for listening.